So me and my buddy who's the natural that kind of that taught me this stuff early on. Him and I are standing in front of a restaurant, and he has some of his younger buddies there. Um, they're a few years younger than we are, a little less mature, but still adults. Able to handle themselves and start a conversation, all that stuff. And the thing about these young guys is, they were like wolves. Like, if they see a girl, they're all over her. So, but me and my buddy were kind of a different fold because we're pretty knowledgeable about approaching women and stuff like that. So, as this girl walks up to us, she's walking with a gentleman who we don't know who he is. Never assume that a guy that's with the girl is her boyfriend, because perhaps that person is a work colleague or something. Perhaps it's a family member, and so you never know. So the girl walks by. My buddy and I were standing with our good posture, standard activity, like we're just standing there being gentlemen. I'm dressed very well. My buddy has on jeans and a t-shirt, but he still looks nice. The other guys that were with us were kind of dressed down, and so she walks by with this guy. They walk into the restaurant. I give her direct eye contact, not because I was trying to seduce her, but this girl was just drop dead gorgeous. So, put it this way, the whole world was looking at her when she walked by us. She was that bad. So, as I look at her, she gets eye contact with me. I hold it for a moment, and then I turn away because I don't want to be disrespectful to this guy who I did not know who he was. Perhaps it was her boyfriend. I don't like to be disrespectful to men because I respect men. So they walked by. So I wasn't going to say anything to her, even though she was that gorgeous. And the reason why is because I meet gorgeous women all the time. I'm not really impressed by that. But I do appreciate the beauty of a woman. Not only the beauty that she has naturally that God gave her, but when she puts detail into herself, and when she, puts that outfit with, together with those shoes so she could look nice. I appreciate that because, she put time into it, so I'll, acknowledge it. But in this particular case, she walked by us. She walks into the restaurant, and then she comes out for a smoke, which I wasn't really impressed by because I'm not really attracted to women that smoke. But this girl was so gorgeous, I was like, you got to make a compromise somewhere, right? Who am I to judge, So, so she comes out to have a smoke. Because I'm who I am and I know how people work, I knew she was coming out to talk to us. And when I say talk to us, I already made the assumption that she was coming out to talk to me. But every guy that was there should have thought that same thing, If you're gonna stand a chance with someone, you got to think that you're good enough that they definitely always want you, or guess what, they never will. So she comes out. What happens? Me and my buddy that taught me this stuff, I like to call him my sensei because he taught me a lot of great things. Him and I didn't budge. We didn't do anything. But the three younger guys that were with us, they were all over this girl. Hey, what's your name? What's your phone number? Can I call you? Can I be with you? Can I date you? This, that, and the third. All kinds of other things that they were saying to her and everything. And she's like frazzled by them, like, what's going on? Cool out, And that's why I don't want you guys to be like that, because they were the prime example of what you shouldn't be. They did all of that, and they did all that diving and all that crazy stuff that they were doing. And my buddy and I just stood there and watched. And while they're doing that, she's looking over at us. Like, who are those two gentlemen? And so we let them do whatever they were doing or whatever. And then I extended my hand out to her right in the middle of those three dudes. She grabbed my hand. I pulled her closer to me. And I said, I forgot exactly what I said, but I probably said some smart comment like, I don't like women that smoke, or something like that, to kind of bust her balls. And she was kind of blown away by the fact that me and my buddy stood there in the midst of that, and everybody's always chasing this woman. She gets attention from guys and girls. Like, kids look at her and they're mesmerized by her because she's just absolutely gorgeous. And so in the middle of that, I just had a quick, small convo with her, and I told her I'm just out here hanging out with some buddies or whatever, and I kind of didn't ask who she was in there with, and I wasn't looking at her like someone that I would possibly date or not date. I was looking at her like, she's interesting. I want to know some more stuff about her, and that's what I told her. And I didn't say to her, can I have your number or can I have your email? Because, like, I don't want you guys to get in the business of being passive or being coming from the perspective of, can you perhaps call me? Can you perhaps give me a chance? I look at it more like, I'm a beast, and I'm going to say to you what I said to her was, I think you're interesting. I think I want to get to know you a little better. Give me your number. Gave her my phone to put her number in my phone. And she didn't bat an eye. She said, okay, and just put it in there. And she said to me, years later when we talked about this, she said, one of the most attractive things that you did was you told me that you were interested in me and to give you my number. And she said she kind of thought whoa, who are you to make that demand? But she said it was said in such a way that I was polite to her, but I was assertive. And I like to call that assertive seduction. And, it should be a smooth transaction, but you got to have the balls to throw yourself out there and say, I'm interested in you. Every man in here is dreaming about you, but I don't know. I think my dreams are going to come true right now, today. Where are we going from here? Don't worry about it. I got it. And take her to the next location. She's going to follow you because women are waiting on men to be leaders. And the great thing about that situation is right in the middle of all those obstacles that was going on with this girl and these younger guys trying to get at her, I just closed her because I displayed confidence and I was very sure about myself. And I used assertive seduction to introduce her, to get an introduction from her and actually, wind up getting her info.